Hello, everybody. Tuning in again for our interview series of meeting the Freedom Quest. I'm so excited. Today, I'm introducing you to another wonderful human being. I'm introducing you today to Dhivyesh Babu Jamuna. Dhivyesh is our copywriter and a content strategist who was born in India and grew up in the UAE, currently residing in his birthplace. He has been a vegan since June 2022. Dhivyesh studied robotics engineering in his undergraduate degree, but his passion for digital nomadism led him to choose freelance copywriting as his career. Over the years, he has transitioned from working with money driven SaaS brands to mission driven ethical brands, which is why I'm super excited to have him in our team, and we'll learn more about him in a moment. But before that, I actually want to mention to you all one more time. Yesterday was the official pre-launch, early bird launch of our platform, which basically means our education platform is online and ready for you to enroll in it. That's right. We have announced the launch for many months to be on January 2024, which still is the case, right? But what we did yesterday, and actually just today, we're celebrating our first early bird sign up. An early bird sign up means you get 75% discount on the January membership. Now, if you don't know it yet, our platform is a education platform designed to revolutionize vegan activism. So what we're doing, I can actually show this to you. What we're doing is we're offering a series of courses to our members. There you go. Hey, DVS, joining in real quick before I even brought you in. We're offering a series of courses that will be available by January 2024. As you can see here, an ethical brand marketing course, and how to handle objections course, a mental and emotional well-being course, the art of teaching by Colin Gaffney, storytelling, a permaculture course by Pascal Potier, a public speech course, conscious relating, and an art of blogging course, and also a master your energy course. These are the 10 courses that we are going to provide you with as a member in our community. Today, you can sign up for the January membership for only $8.50. Usually the monthly membership is 34 US dollars, but this is our early bird offering for you. So if you want that, you can go to our website, thefreedomquest.com. It's going to be linked all over the place in the description of this live stream too. And you can sign yourself up as an early bird member. If you do so, there's a surprise awaiting you because 2 of our 10 courses are already ready. The mental and emotional well-being, as well as the art of conscious relating, those 2 courses are ready for you to embark on. And that for only $8.50, my loves. That's nothing. I used to sell these courses back in the days for $250 each. So this is super, super sweet offering for you. Go ahead and check it out on our website. Sign up if you want to join us in January. Well, actually already now because the platform is online and ready to go. And if you have any questions, just shoot them over. Now, without any further ado, I want to introduce us to DVS, you beautiful human being. How are you? Oh, hold on. You were on mute?
Yeah,
Repeat that again. How are you?
yeah, doing great. How are you?
Very good too. Very excited for
Awesome.
this pre-launch phase and excited to get to know you a little bit better, right? So you've been in our team pretty much from the beginning. Like I remember when I started launching the Freedom Quest as an idea, as a vision, you were one of the first people that I had on a call and we started talking, you started helping us strategize, you started introducing your ideas for social media, but also for business strategies, and I immediately felt like we bond, we need to work together, and I would love to grow this big with you. So it's so exciting to have you with us, especially because you've been vegan since 2022. And I know a lot of people that go vegan, they, struggle in the first years. But with you, I never had that feeling. I always had the feeling that you're just, you're content, you're in a more or less happy place in being vegan, and you want to change the world with us. So do you want to share with us a little bit about like your vegan transition and how that happened?
Yeah, it started out in the aspects of environmentalism actually in the initial days. So, if you would have told me about animal abuse or something. Like if you showed me a video of that, maybe I would have like skipped it, because I might have thought this happens in only factories and it is not related to me, so I skipped it. But one person who I was following, a vlogger, so she's a eco vlogger and she travels and she's a eco-friendly person. I followed her because of her serene tone. Brand tone is like very serene, like not like hip hop or something. For usually travelers are like that pop music style, but she was like serene and like so soft. So I was following her for that. And one day she posted, she was in Robinson Crusoe Islands in South America, and she posted the beautiful pics of the island. It was all great. But then one day she posted, I was following the series, so she posted like 75% of the island is destroyed because of animal agriculture. I was like, what? I don't understand. Then that started for me, deforestation, that word. Then I searched like what is the primary cause of deforestation. Then I started thinking like, did I study this in my school, or did I forget it, or like did I just not pay attention? Then I started looking into it. Then like I thought I'll just leave the non-vegetarian food, meat and fish and stuff. But then I got to follow Seb Alex. He's an animal rights activist. So while following him, he had clearly mentioned like why not milk in his story highlights in Instagram. So I checked it out, and yeah, I did a lot of research on that. But it was not an immediate transition. When I first got to know about environmental aspect, like first time I didn't, I just left it. I was like heavy eating that time, and I didn't turn. But that was during January 2022, and then in June 2022 I had like a dental extraction, and I was pretty much not eating anything. Hence I was in the non-guilty zone, and I was able to explore more into this. And that is the time these all things happen. My research on this, and yeah, basically the transition happened within a day. I checked out a few documentaries, all the research. This next day I just went and told like, yeah, I'm not going to eat this and all anymore. Yeah, that's how it happened.
Love that. I bet a lot of people can relate to that. Like for me, it was also an immediate switch. Like same for you. Obviously, there was a build up. Like getting educated around it, maybe being vegetarian for a while, understanding the the impact on nature and the environment that it has to not be a vegan and not choose to live a vegan lifestyle. But like for me, it was the same type of switch. And it's so funny that also Seb Alex was one of the people that you started following first, because he's also been in my world for quite some time. And I remember maybe 8 or 9 months ago, there was a vegan festival in Ubud, Bali, where I'm usually based. And I was invited as a speaker, and so was he. And so that's where we got to connect. And at some point in the evening time, Seb was sitting there eating dinner, and I was also eating dinner. And we were, I think, alone in the restaurant. And we really got to connect. And he's like this really kind of humble, soft person, but he has a background in skating and being outdoors, like same like myself. So I connected with him really nicely. Really beautiful human. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's really interesting to me is like you have started, integrating your activism into your daily life, but not only in like everyday life as a vegan, but also with your expertise, with your wisdom in business and in strategy. And for me, that's one of the most interesting things, right? When a vegan starts developing a business or a model that integrates veganism to a certain extent or fully. Like the Freedom Quest is a full-on vegan platform for vegans, right? So it's like all around veganism. And I would love to ask you, like, before you were vegan, you were obviously doing same or similar work, right?
Yeah.
How has that started changing for you, right? Have you started, as I read out in the bio, you've started shifting, offering your services away from any kind of company to like more ethical companies? Was that a difficult transition? Like,
Yeah, the transition was a bit difficult, but not because it was transitioning to ethical niche, but I guess transition to any niche would be difficult. And yeah, finding ethical brands and vegan brands who are like established and getting business, it's a bit tough. It's especially for the beginners and who don't have vegan network, and that was exactly me. So And before this, like, the reason I made the switch was because it felt like purely monetary. I couldn't like I couldn't bring myself up to work every day. I was just like, okay, I got to do this. This is another task for me, a big thing to do today. So it was like that for me. And some things were like not exactly non-vegan, but certain wordings or like certain company names, even that was like, it was purely non-vegan. When I could see it, like they had that intention in mind while creating the name or the tonality. So it felt odd. Like it's not exactly wrong, but it just felt odd working for them. And even projects like that. So I thought, like, why not just, instead of focusing so much on not doing non-vegan projects, why not work with vegan projects and ethical businesses? So that's when I thought of transitioning. And during that phase, it is surprising actually. Like I have not done much of anything in Facebook, but Facebook is the platform that has given me like both of my biggest jobs. Even during my Web3 phase, my Web3 primary client, I got them through Facebook, and then this again through Facebook groups. Like Facebook is somehow helping me in that aspect, and that's how I found you. And yeah, here I am, and working with another member from the Freedom Quest team also. So yeah, on ethical projects.
Thank you, Facebook, at this point. A lot of people always say social media is, it's succubus, it's a black hole, you're losing a lot of energy. But what you and I understand is that there is a massive potential for the vegan community and our vegan growth in social media. In fact, I was talking to Sandra Namoto yesterday evening, and she was on our podcast, right? One of the more recent episodes. And she published a blog post, which we shared in our Facebook group, um, on the most effective ways of vegan activism. And in the top 5, according to her research, she compared some studies and some graphics that were established from societies and companies. And she said that under the top 5, social media is very high in it. And that's why I'm very excited to actually like work and refine the social media strategy together with you. And I mean, we've had so many meetings already. It feels like we've been working for decades together. To me, it does. And refining the strategies and all of that. A thing that also interests me, if we kind of rewind a bit back before you went vegan, before you even started developing your own business, I would love to know, because we're coming from completely different parts of the world, right? I mean, I'm usually based in Bali, Indonesia, which is not that far from you. But I would actually love to know a little bit more about like your upbringing and your journey to from childhood, teenage years, and how you ended up being a copywriter and a strategist. Do you want to give us a little story time?
Okay, so I'm not sure my childhood is related to what I'm doing now. Like, but yeah, everything is a butterfly effect. So in childhood days, like I was mostly just playing things. I was games and stuff, but I was not much of a gamer. I used to play like repetitive games and stuff. Facebook games. Okay, Facebook again. So yeah, Facebook games and stuff. It was going on like that. Just I used to waste a lot of time like that. Even during my primary exams in my schooling, like 10th exams, I think. I watched like 7 movies or something during the exam time itself. So that happened. I was like that. But then, like in the college time, I started writing. That happened in my diploma degree. In my third year, I started writing like prose and small stories, short stories. So that is my entire creative writing part. That is all I have written in my life. And even till date, I have just only read one book in my life. I just finished that last week. So it's Can't
Which
Hurt Me.
one?
Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins. So yeah, it's very inspirational one. Everyone should read. So it was like that, like reading, writing, literature. It was like far off from me. But then, like when I started exploring, like what would I want to do in life, like till that I had no goal. Like till my 21st year, like 21 years of life, I had no idea what I was going to do. I mean, what I wanted to do. I could study, I could get good marks, but I don't know if I liked it. Like I would get like very good marks, but I never knew like if I liked it, or is that what I want to do? Like keep studying, do research, get on a normal 9 to 5 job, go to the office, come back home, watch TV, sleep. Like it just felt like I don't know, I didn't even think much about it. I just thought that would be my plan or something. But then like I started looking at vlogging videos on YouTube, travel videos. It was like somewhat interesting to me, but yeah, I just kept watching it, but I was not sure like I wanted to exactly do travel. Then I found like a video in which the person who was following, she did trekking to Mount Everest base camp. I loved that experience. Like so she had mentioned it took like 14 days or something. Okay, can I do this? And then she posted another video. And like I was following primarily two people, two wonderful traveling women, and another person. She posted about snowboarding. And again, like after a few days, another person she posted about surfing. Okay, this sounds nice. Like the adrenaline rush we get while doing those activities. I have never done those activities, but watching those videos, I could feel like chills in my skin and stuff. So that is when I decided I wanted to do adventure travel. Initially, I thought like when I was liking travel, I thought I'll do masters, get a job, 30 days leave per year. So that's when I'll travel. But adventure travel, like a normal job won't do with adventure travel. You need to be in a certain place to do surfing. You need to be in a place to do snowboarding. You need to be in a place to do paragliding. So that is when I decided I wanted a remote job. Then I started looking at options, freelancing, and influencer options. So at that time, I was like really shy of camera. So I didn't want to become an influencer. Okay, then freelancing, that is what I chose. I didn't even think of remote jobs at that time. So freelancing, I thought. And yeah, I started exploring. And then like graphic design, coding and stuff. Coding was, even though I'm a robotics engineer, coding was a bit far-fetched for me. And graphic design, like design just felt complex for me. I know you're a graphic designer, but I don't know, I was not much of a how to say, I cannot like select between my shirts. Like I cannot choose, I'll just have one thing in front, I'll just take it and wear it. So I'm not much of a color person as well. I can't choose the best combination of colors and stuff. I can tell if it's a good color combination, but I can't choose best color combination. So in that perspective, I thought like, okay, this is also not for me. Then writing,
Mhm.
content writing, and copywriting. So copywriting was sounded interesting, like psychology, the factors, sales. Like I thought I read about copywriting for one day and I thought I knew everything about it, but that that was just the beginning. So that's how it started. My initial days, like I started with Twitter, social media management for my friends, relative. So that was like a free work project, and then finding the clients, Web3, and then with you guys.
It's such
That's
a
how it
beautiful chain of events. And I could relate so much to when you said, you started seeing how people were like snowboarding and surfing and adventure and adrenaline and exploration. Like I remember, you said it. I studied graphic design right before I embarked on a life coaching journey and built my life coaching business before the Freedom Quest came alive. And I remember like sitting there for just 9 to 5s every day, studying graphic design, working in the field, and yes, being creative and all, and I love that. It really brought out my feminine, my creativity, my colorfulness in a way as well. But I also have to say I started looking into like surf videos and I was like, oh my God, I want to be in those blue waves. I want to be on these mountaintops. I want to be in that adventure. And especially with nature, more close to nature. And yeah, so that's also why I left Switzerland in 2017 for the first time, and then 2019 for good, and I moved to Bali. Right. Currently, I'm in a little holiday stay in Switzerland again, country of
Yeah.
origin.
I just
So I can
adding one
relate.
more point. Yeah.
Huh?
Like initially, like I used to watch a lot of movies, of course, like James Bond movies or Jackie Chan movies. They used to do that stunts. Like initially, stunts, martial arts. I used to like. I mean, I like martial arts also. So I see them doing snow stunts also, like riding snow bikes and all. I used to think like this is like far from me or like I can't do it. But when I started seeing those vloggers do it, like because especially because I knew that their fitness was lower than mine. So when I saw that, like, okay, I can do this. Why not? So what is the barrier? That is how.
That's so beautiful that we are capable of these mindset shifts, right? Because also of people showing us that it can be done and then making it more relatable and more close. And that just reminds me of when I started the Freedom Quest. I looked at all these, big names like Seb Alex, or I haven't met him then in person just yet. When I started, developing the strategy a bit, or when I looked at Joey Carpstrong and I analyzed James Aspie and Billie Eilish and Ariana Grande, all of those like big vegan influencers, and I was like, how can we get there? You and I, what needs to happen? What needs to happen for us to get to that level of impact? And that was basically one of the main questions that gave birth to the Freedom Quest and the education platform. So yeah, I could relate a lot. There was so much self-doubt around me being able to like surf and go outside of my home country and like, am I good enough? Am I fit enough? Am I capable enough? All of these beliefs. And so for you and I think that's a really beautiful part of our stories, is that we had to overcome, and we did overcome a lot of these beliefs, which have brought us here today as a team, you and I and the rest of the Freedom Quest team, to build this vision and to build this platform together. Yeah, I'm also curious, like your experience with social media strategy. You have helped us a lot in terms of the strategizing how we present ourselves in social media, and also on how we can set up a LinkedIn space. You've helped us set up a LinkedIn group. You're very, very specialized on LinkedIn as well, which I am not. That's something I was like, I don't know how to do this. So I was really grateful when you came in and you started implementing your wisdom and knowledge, right? And that just counts for every Freedom Quest member. By the way, if you're watching, dear Freedom Quest team members, say hello in the comments. And everybody else who's watching, let us know where you're from. And yeah, just put a comment so we know who's watching. This is streaming to Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube Live. So we want to know where you're tuning in from and who's watching. That would be interesting. Another thing that I would love to know a little bit more about is, we've been working for multiple months together. And when we started out and when we started getting into our team meetups and we started building the strategies and the team out and stuff, how was it for you to get into this team and to start like volunteering for us? At this stage, we're volunteering, right? Because we're building the platform. We have a crowdfunding campaign that's happening right now, and we're pre-selling the early bird access to the membership since yesterday. So for everybody who wants to invest yourself into the platform and join us in January, the early bird membership awaits you for $8.50 instead of $34. That's for the month of January. And then you can access our online community. You can access 2 of the 10 courses that we are launching in January. 2 are already ready. So everybody who wants to join us, go to our website, thefreedomquest.com. The link is in the description of this live stream. Go ahead, check it out. And if you want to join us, get that early bird discount. It's like a no-brainer, 75% off. Now, how was it for you, Dhivyesh, to like get into this, the starting phase? Were there any doubts, or did you feel like home and on track immediately? How was that for you?
Yeah, like initially, like on the first call, when everyone were introducing themselves, everyone was like, okay, 20 years of experience, 13 years of experience, 30 years of experience. I was like, what? I'm just graduated last year. So it was like it was a bit of imposter syndrome for me, but then like the hospitable factor that you guys gave, like everyone's so friendly, like speaking with the other members, like I've personally spoken to like Jessica, Annette and stuff. They're so hospitable, and like I feel like okay, it just feels normal, like speaking to someone near me, talking to them. So they gave me the space and made me feel home. So it was really good. And like after communicating with them, then like I have messaged other members as well. So I have messaged William, Mackenzie, and it just felt good. It just felt good, and like I felt home after that. And then you're no doubt like you feel so like when you're there, like it just feels natural to talk. It just feels like we are on a one-on-one call right now. So yeah, like it felt home after a while. Only on the first call, I was like, the first few days, I was like, okay, come. Yeah, it was like that. But then in just a few days, it was gone.
Yeah, I noticed that. I remember it. You were like, "Whoa, that's a lineup of people." And it's funny that you bring that up because like you and I, we're probably more the younger ones in the team,
Yeah,
right? And for me the same thing was like I'm the CEO, like I'm the initiator, I'm the founder. I'm like I'm a young kiddo, you know. I have fucking great visions and I have a great plan and I've learned a lot in my life and people say I'm an old soul, blah 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 blah. My earthly age is 27 at this moment. I'm about to turn 28, right? And so like being in a team with people that are in their 40s, 50s, 60s, decades of experience, I was like, wow, they all see that vision too. They see that this can happen. They see that this platform can like veganize the bigger part of the human population on planet Earth. They see that. And so I was like, I was also a bit like, starstruck, almost
yeah,
starstruck, you know? I had that feeling of like, oh wow, these people really want to get into it, right? And at the beginning stages, and right now we're starting to generate the funds through the crowdfunding and through the pre-sales. But in the beginning phases, like I was like, y'all, I can't pay you right now. Like there's no money in this business. And you all were like, we know there will.
uh-huh.
It's been evaluated to be a multi-million-dollar business within the next 5 years. So I've had people evaluated, business experts, you know, millionaires, even billionaires. I'm working with an amazing coach, Shane Jeremy James. If you're watching, mwah, love you. Um, and he's also seen this vision growing into a really big platform. So there's no doubt. It's just a question of time and of choosing the right strategies, right? And that's why I'm really grateful that you're with us because regardless of yours and my age, we bring a lot to the table too. And creating a team based on the experience, the energy, and the dedication that people bring, the loyalty and the honesty that people bring, that was always my thing, right? And in the past, when I've started building teams for other projects, I really haven't prioritized that. I haven't really prioritized the ethics, the morals, the values, and those projects didn't always go so well. To be honest, they didn't always go so well. And now with you and with the team, I feel like we're really all in it with a heartbeat, like the same heartbeat, a green heartbeat, let's say. So yeah, it's truly an honor and a thrill to have you with us. Miriam says, yes, age doesn't matter. It's about the energy, right? It's really about the energy. Miriam is also a member of our team. We interviewed her just 2 days ago, also available on our website. If you go to the team section of thefreedomquest.com, you can see all the team members. And as I showed it before, if you click on this cute button that says more about Dhivyesh or more about me, you'll go over to an interview like this interview and you'll get to know the people more, right? So Dhivyesh, one more thing that I'm really curious about is like you're developing your skills further, right? And you're really being more and more involved. In a couple of days, we're having our next team meetup and we're strategizing optimizations on the crowdfunding campaign and also on the pre-sales on the social media. I would love for you to share with our viewers a little bit about the potential that you see in social media, copywriting, and online activism. Like, what potentials do you see in the next years ahead of time from now in terms of vegan activism happening online?
Yeah. It actually depends on the knowledge they have. So I personally feel like many vegan activists or like animal rights activists, they are somehow targeting vegans instead of non-vegans. That is who they should be targeting. Like each video should be targeted towards a person who has never seen their channel, and they get to know a new thing. So that is what we are striving for, and to get new people in and educate them and help them turn vegan. I mean, understand this thing and become vegan themselves. But like many people, like they want to talk about it, the problems and sufferings of animals. They talk about it so much and in a way that they are actually attracting vegans in. So that is good. Like you would get the community feel, and you will get a lot of upvotes from vegans and stuff. But that is not exactly what you want. You want like 100 hate comments on your post. That is what means like you're attracting the right crowd. So in that all of hate comments, like you will reply to all of that, and that is when you get a person to switch their mindset. So I feel like there is a lot of the mindset change that needs to happen with the activists, those who are like those who are just starting out and they need the transition. And yeah, there is a lot of scope. And yeah, again, Freedom Quest is there is a course on that as well, right? Handling objections, I guess, by Carol. So we need to tune the message in such a way that we target the right crowd, and we tell the right message. So yeah, that's about. We don't offend non-vegans. Like it's not about like proving a point or showing off. It's just to help them understand.
Exactly. That's the course you're referring to, How to Handle Objections by Carol Dillon. This course helps you understand the reasons people object to becoming vegan and provides you with the right answers in every debate, discussion, and conversation. So that one will be available in January 2024. Exactly.
Like whenever we hear someone like say some strong point against veganism, we feel the strong urge to like oppose it and make a strong statement and like prove that we are right. But that is no use to anyone. So we need to first accept the point. There is a principle which Jessica like mentioned to me. She taught me that yes, and so that's a rule. Like whenever someone says a point, you say yes and then you answer the question. So if you start with a but, you're never going anywhere with the conversation. So you start with yes, and I might also have thought about this, then you state your point. So that's how you communicate with people and maintain the positive tone and help them listen to you. Or otherwise they'll just be like, okay, you just speak whatever you want. That's how it goes. Yeah.
That reminds me of a quote in the ebook that I've written. It says, "We're here to guide, not to fight."
Yeah.
And that basically sums it up, right? So I'm very excited to also help Carol and co-develop the course that she's creating for us, because it's truly like, I mean, online and offline activism, it's always about talking to people, right? As you say, you're conversating with people. And a lot of people sometimes forget when somebody posts a comment on our social media, on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, those are people. That's a human. It's like having somebody in front of you and then guiding them through a conversation by asking questions or adding some sort of value or some sort of suggestion instead of trying to prove that you're right and they're wrong, even if you might be right. That's not the way to go. It's a psychological approach that is proven to be more effective. And I'm very excited because with the Freedom Quest and your help in copywriting and helping develop the strategy for social media, so we're still working on it. We're still optimizing it, right? It's so interesting to start implementing that because the Freedom Quest doesn't speak to pre-vegans, right? We're a platform designed for vegans to help those vegans develop their skills and become better, more influential and empowered activists and influence the people around them smoother, faster, and more efficiently. And so knowing who you're talking to is such an important part of the thing, right? And when you're on social media and you see a comment, like you said, you have 108 comments, success for a post, that means success. And then you're responding to a person, right? You're actually having somebody in front of you. So it can be helpful to kind of know where this person is coming from instead of just seeing their statement and making a counter statement. That's what I understand you saying, right? Yeah. Good value. Good value. So I can't wait actually for all of you viewers to walk through that course that Carol is creating and all the other courses that we're creating. We're creating a course on storytelling, one on public speech. There's another course on teaching, effective teaching by Colin Gaffney. So there's a whole lot of beautiful courses awaiting you inside of our membership portal, which opened its doors yesterday for an early bird discount, as I mentioned before. Go ahead and check it out. Well, Dhivyesh, I want to thank you so much for taking this time out of your day and sharing a bit of your story with us. I would love to know if there's anything else that anybody would want to ask Dhivyesh. Like, you're having an expert in social media sitting here, my loves, and you're watching this on social media. So if you want any advice, just throw them out in the comments. Give us your questions. This is what a live stream is for as well. And if you have questions for me, put them in the comments as well. We'd love to hear them from you. And in the meanwhile, Dhivyesh, being vegan and having your vegan anniversary very soon, officially, in the name of me and Pascal proposed it, we are working on a little celebration for you. Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying. We're going to celebrate your vegan anniversary. So yeah, that's also something that we want to do in our team all the time is, celebrate each other and celebrate the vegan community and the vegan growth, because there is consistent vegan growth happening in the world. If you see it or not, social media is just one channel. There's actually vegan growth happening. If you look into the study and how the percentage of vegans on the planet Earth has risen over the past decades, there is vegan growth. So we want to celebrate each other for that as well. And we also do that within our membership community. Are there any questions coming through? I don't see any. I'm giving you all another minute of time to send us your questions. If you have an Instagram account and you want to grow it, but you don't know how, or if you're on LinkedIn and you don't know how to grow your group, that's stuff that our expert Dhivyesh knows. So feel free to ask us. Meow. No more comments? Well, if you put them later on, we can answer them later on. Dhivyesh, is there anything else that you want to share with our viewers? Any words of wisdom, inspiration, or just a message that's coming through for you now?
It's all about community, guys. Whenever you are working on something, anything, whatever you do in life, make sure it's not just for money. There is something else behind it as well. There is a perspective. There is an impact behind what you're doing. Working with Freedom Quest is a big thing for me. And I know that this is going to change the world in a good way. And it's going to help a lot of cute little animals and big ones as well. So yeah, just make sure you feel fulfillment in your life. And I'm sure you will feel that when there is impact in the work you do. So yeah, that's about it.
That's so beautiful. Thank you. Focusing on community, becoming part of communities that inspire us, that elevate us and uplift us. And so do you for us, dear Dhivyesh. Thank you so much for being a part of this interview today and staying a part of our beautiful team.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah. And thank you as well to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, wherever you're watching this. Please share this live stream if it was inspiring to you, if you liked it. And again, I want to mention and highlight that we're currently having our early bird discount on. So you can join our platform as an early bird for only $8.50 instead of $34. The platform of the Freedom Quest is launching very soon. We're launching in January 2024 with 10 courses that you've seen previously in this live stream. But 2 of these courses are already available for our early bird signups. The mental and emotional well-being course and the art of conscious relating course are awaiting you if you choose to sign up today. Sending you all so much love. Bless you. Mwah. See you soon.